17. I hereby declare this meeting of the Howell Township Zoning Board to be open. Adequate notice having been given pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meeting Act in the following manner. First, on January 9th, 2018, a copy of said notice was mailed to the Asbury Park Press and the Tri-Town News. Second, on January 9th, 2018, a copy of said notice was hand-delivered to the clerk of the Township of Howell. Third, on January 9th, 2018, said notice was posted in the office of the Zoning Board and on the bulletin board in the Howell Township Municipal Building, 4567 Route 9, Howell Township, New Jersey. In accordance with the Fire Prevention Code and your safety, please be advised that this facility is designed with 2 emergency exits, which are on your right at the front and rear of the meeting room. Furthermore, smoking is not permitted in the municipal building. Please take note that this meeting is being videotaped for possible future broadcast on Howell Township TV 77.
Thank you, Eileen. Can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, you may. Mr. Amata.
Here.
Mr. Mertens.
Here.
Mr. O'Donnell.
Here.
Mr. Posh.
Here.
Mr. San Clemente.
Here.
Mr. Turk, I have not heard from.
He's excused.
Thank you. Mr. Orozco.
Here.
Mr. Moretti.
Here.
And Chairman Nansen.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge of Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Tropoli, you mind swearing in the professionals, please?
Swear that the testimony you give this evening be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the true self of God. Thank you. And the record should reflect that, I'm sorry, at the end, Greg, thank you, Mr. Mallon, Mr. Beam, and Ms. Beam and Mr. Howard. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Thank you.
It's been a long day,
I am,
all sworn.
Thank you. Approval of
Chairman.
minutes?
Chair.
Yes.
I'd just like to introduce, he saw some of the members, Charlie Cunliffe, he works with me, just in case I have to not attend a meeting, I want that board to know who's there. He does reviews, he's done a lot of capital work with the Township Engineering Department, I know Matt knows him, and Jim Herman, so I just wanted to introduce Charlie Cunliffe.
Thank you. Welcome aboard. Approval of minutes.
We have no minutes to approve this evening.
Vouchers,
No vouchers this evening.
correspondence.
Just what was emailed to the members, and one of the items was regarding the training class on April 21st. So if you have not already responded to me, please do so I can register everyone.
Okay.
We want to make sure we get everybody in the class that's closest to us, and they do kind of fill up quick.
Ms. Beam, are you teaching this
I am
class?
teaching the advanced class this year on April 21st, yes.
Okay, thank you. Resolutions. Case number BA 0705A, Woolies Fish Market, Inc. Resolution granting minor site plan for patio enclosure and sign variance. Eligible voters: Armada, Mertens, O'Donnell, Paz, San Clemente, Orozco, and Nansen. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Mertens,
Second.
seconded by Mr. San Clemente. Can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, you may. Mr. Amata.
Yes.
Mr. Mertens.
Yes.
Mr. O'Donnell.
Yes.
Mr. Posh.
Yes.
Mr. San Clemente.
Yes.
Mr. Orozco.
Yes.
Chairman Nansen.
Yes.
Resolutions memorialized.
Thank you. Case number BA 14-09A, Bennett Road Associates, resolution granting amended preliminary and final major site plan. Eligible voters: Armada, Mertens, O'Donnell, Paz, San Clemente, Orozco, and Nansen. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Armada,
Second.
seconded by Mr. O'Donnell. Can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, Mr. Amata.
Yes.
Mr. Mertens.
Yes.
Mr. O'Donnell.
Yes.
Mr. Posh.
Yes.
Mr. San Clemente.
Yes.
Mr. Orozco.
Yes.
And Chairman Nansen.
Yes.
Resolutions memorialized.
Thank you. Case number BA 17-20, Peter Videbal, resolution granting bulk variance for construction single-family dwelling with the septic system. Eligible voters: Armada, Mertens, O'Donnell, Posh, San Clemente, Orozco, and Nansen. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. O'Donnell,
I'll second it.
second by Mr. Armada. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Amata?
Yes.
Mr. Mertens?
Yes.
Mr. O'Donnell?
Yes.
Mr. Posh?
Yes.
Mr. St. Clemente?
Yes.
Mr. Orozco?
Yes.
And Chairman Nansen?
Yes.
Resolution memorialized.
Thank you. Okay, applications before the board. Case number BA 17-16. MyJack Products, Inc., sign variance, building mounted sign, application of, is it MyJack Products, Inc., as applicant and owner seeking a sign variance to add building mounted signage on premises known as Block 137, Lot 28, 1292, Route 9. Expiration date, April 6, 2018. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, Chairman, members of the board. Timothy B. Middleton on behalf of the applicant. My engineer is putting up the exhibit.
Who will be testifying tonight?
Mr. Esposito and Mr. Kashuba. Mr.
Want to go ahead and
Esposito.
swear them in?
Everybody, please stand. You swear the testimony you'll give this evening be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yes, sir, starting with you, may we have your full name, please?
Christopher Joseph Esposito.
Thank you. Joe?
Joseph Kashuba, KBA Engineering Services, Manasquan, New Jersey.
Thank you. All sworn.
I'd like to have Mr. Kashuba certified as an expert in planning and engineering.
Yes,
He's
sir.
both. Okay. I
wanna-
think he's been before this board before.
Yeah.
I have, multiple times.
Can you just speak in the mic and give us your
Sure.
qualifications, please?
Licensed engineer, licensed planner in the state of New Jersey, master and bachelor's degrees from Rowan University in civil and structural engineering, and 16 years experience in the field, testified before numerous boards as a planner and engineer, including this one.
Thank you, sir. We accept your credentials.
Thank you very much.
If I could, Chairman, I'd like to have Mr. Kashuba walk us through the application, and it's fairly straightforward what we're
Yes, sir.
doing.
So I've, oh, sure. Thank you.
Now we can hear you.
Much better. So the application is for 1292 Route 9 South. It's an existing site, fully developed. We're proposing just some building-mounted signage on the existing building, which is substantially set back from the roadway.
How many feet off 9 is it?
It's
Mr.
approximately
Kashuba?
200 feet off of Route 9. So it's
I just want to acclimate them. Do you have like landmarks of where this is?
certainly, so this is the MyJack building. It's south of Casino Drive, north of West Farms Road. I'm trying to recall what exactly is across the street.
Jersey Transit Bus Station.
That's right. New Jersey Transit's right across the street from this. You'll recall the front sign used to be the big trucks sign.
This is on the southbound side?
Correct.
Okay.
So the applicant had previously changed the sign face of the freestanding sign out front. That's not what we're here for. We're here for some proposed building-mounted signage, specifically on the north and east sides of the building. We're requesting 126 square feet of facade signage on the north side, 142 square feet on the east side. Those are substantially less than what's permitted in the zone. We're permitted to have 25% of the frontage of the building as building-mounted signage. 519 is what's allowed on the north face. Again, we're 126, substantially less. And 306 square feet is what's allowed on the east. We're 142. So we are substantially less than what's permitted. However, we are required to obtain a variance because we have two types of signage. We have a freestanding sign out front on the highway and building-mounted signage. And as your ordinance states, when you have multiple types of signage, you do need a variance. You're only allowed one. In this particular case, we have a hardship in that the building is 200 feet off the road. So anybody driving by, if we didn't have both the sign out front and the sign on the building, wouldn't be able to identify where the site is, make a proper turning movement into the site, or identify what's inside the building and what the actual use is, what the tenants are on
So
the
are you
building.
saying that the freestanding sign doesn't advise the motorist of what's in the building?
I'm saying that the freestanding sign advises what's on the site. However, there are multiple buildings that utilize that driveway. So there is building-mounted signage to identify what's in this building.
I would stick with the C2 if I were you.
Okay?
Just going to throw that out there because I don't believe for a hot second this is a hardship. You have a freestanding sign at the road identifying the uses.
Okay.
I'm not objecting to the variance. I'm just saying do it as a C2 because I object to it being a C1.
Okay. Well, under the C2, which would be the better planning
How's that?
scenario.
Let me interrupt real quick. This building, this is the old International building, correct?
Correct.
Used to be the old International truck dealer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Board members
To which there-
know which one this is now? Okay.
To which there currently isn't building-mounted signage on the facade. We are proposing some building-mounted signage. Under the C2, the better planning criteria, the promotion of the planning principles identified in the MLUL are what would define the granting of a variance. In this particular case, the promotion of safety and the general welfare would be the standard most likely used to justify a variance of this type.
And Joe, just for the record, if the board looks at the site plan, as you enter the driveway, there's a building to one's right, correct?
That is correct.
And that's creating some confusion, correct?
Well, correct. There's, the driveway provides access to multiple buildings on two different lots. So there is, multiple uses here that access that one driveway.
I believe there was a minor subdivision of the property years ago.
To my knowledge, yes, I believe so.
Mr. Chair, I just want to be very clear. The reason that they're here is specifically for the number. It has nothing to do with the area. They're well below the area permitted. It's the number of signs.
Correct.
So I would take no exception to the number of signs, given the fact that they're well below what the facade would allow. I just have a couple questions, if that's okay.
Okay.
So based upon the site plan, I see 3 signs along the frontage that faces Route 9, correct?
Correct.
And then I see 2 signs on the northern facade, correct?
Correct.
So my big question is, do you anticipate additional signage necessary on that northern facade beyond the 2 that are there now?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so being that as a fact, he said no, just for the
Yeah,
record?
For the record, Ms. Esposito said no, ma'am.
Yes, I appreciate that, by the way. But just to get to the heart of this issue, the only reason that they're here is because of the
Where
number,
it's signed.
but they're well below the area.
Correct.
And I do acknowledge that once you enter that driveway, you need to understand where you're going. And they have the street facade, or the site identification sign along the frontage, but they do need signage on the building. So I would take no exception to the board granting relief for the number of signs, given the fact that they're well below the permitted area.
Right.
And I do think that it creates a better circumstance, it will better serve the tenants in that building, and it conforms with the area of our ordinance. So I take no exception to the relief that the applicants requested.
Okay, my only question would be, are these going to be backlit signs?
No, sir. They're just 1-inch acrylic signs.
So they're internally illuminated?
No, there's no light. No
So the
electric.
signage on the
It's just-
building, it will not be lit?
No, it's just for the day,
Just,
for the normal
okay,
work hours.
okay, so it will not be lit,
No, sir.
okay.
Can't afford lit ones.
I have no other questions.
Okay.
Chairman?
Mr. Mallon?
Yeah, Mr. Kazuba, the freestanding sign out front.
Yes.
Do you know, it doesn't comply with the setbacks. Do you know if there's any background that you know of, why it got about 2 foot off the property line when it's supposed to be 10?
I believe our office had estimated about 4 feet off the property line, but it is certainly non-conforming, 20 feet's required. I don't know the background, I do know it's been there for quite some time, but I don't have any particular background as to why it was placed there.
Okay. But, because in this case, you would need a variance for that also.
It's an existing non-conformity
right.
not being
But
exacerbated.
I think if you're going to do it, we clear it up right now.
Let's just get the relief.
Right.
Certainly.
For as an existing nonconformity, they're not making any changes to the sign other
Right.
than what it says, but the structure stays the same, correct?
Exactly.
Correct.
Right. And then you have and it's important to understand, it's a shared driveway.
It is,
So-
correct.
So that as you go in, the building on the north side and the building on the south side, which my jack is, share the driveway, but you have a separate exit only,
Correct.
whereas the others, the shared driveway's in and out. The other question is, you also need a waiver for sidewalk. You don't have any sidewalks from the building out to the street or along the street. You would need a sidewalk. Are there sidewalks in the area?
Correct. There are no sidewalks in the area that I'm aware of, and we are certainly requesting the continuance of that waiver.
And it's not conducive with these type of uses to have people walk there,
No.
all right? Also, well, you answered the question, there'll be no additional signs. You have a survey to submit? There was no survey submitted with this, survey data, but need a survey to show?
We had utilized actually a previous site plan prepared by Chuck Wittes' office. We can certainly submit that.
I think for the record, we should get that,
Certainly.
please, okay? I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
The only other question that I would have, the pre-existing non-conforming sign,
Yes.
does that also, does that sign also reflect the other building, the shared driveway, or is that just strictly for this?
That sign has
Building.
actually already been refaced, and it just reflects the users in this building.
Okay, now, do you have room to expand on the freestanding sign for additional signage, for the TSI, My Jack,
Right now, that
expand-
right now that sign does identify TSI.
Right.
As it stands today. There is some area at the bottom, there's a very large phone number. I'm sure it could be refaced to allow for more space, but I don't believe there's any intention to do that. The sign as it stands there tonight is the sign that's staying.
You're not going to add these other entities inside the building, inside?
They're already on there. They're already on the sign.
Well, you got proposed sign, you got 3 proposed signs with no names. Are they going to be?
Oh, you're talking the building mounted sign?
Yes.
Oh, I apologize. I thought we were talking about the freestanding
Well,
sign out front.
I am, but whenever you have a tenant move in and they put their sign on the building, is that going to also
No.
be expanded?
We'll explain that. Mr. Esposito has been sworn in. Why don't you explain what the
So
occupants are?
we're a family-owned, family-operated business.
Right.
It's not going to be rented out. It's not going to be leased out. We own 23 companies. So
Okay.
we have a variety of different products and different items that we sell, and that's what this is for. The same group that's on the sign out front now will be the same group that gets put on the building. We do rotate through businesses here and there. For example, we bought a company called Lift King. It's a Canadian forklift company. We would like to put that on the building. We didn't put it on the street sign because it didn't exist at the time.
Okay, so you wouldn't be putting whatever names go on the building, if there's additional names, that's not going to be put on the freestanding, correct?
Some would match, but I'm not really sure I understand.
You're not going to add, okay, you got 3 blank signs. Regardless, if it's companies you own, you're not going to put their name on the freestanding.
On 9.
No,
Correct.
no, sir. Yeah,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, Mr. Chairman, just so you're aware, if they are refacing the existing sign without changing the location or the size or the structure, they can replace the wording of the sign without a permit per our ordinance. So
Yeah.
if they do have additional ones coming in, they could do that without even coming to me for a permit.
Well, I was just wondering if they were going to expand
It would
the size.
it would have to stay the same
Okay.
size and location.
And if
Okay.
it didn't, then they would be back before us because it's in a non-conforming location.
Correct,
Correct. We're not proposing any changes to the sign structure.
to the pre-existing sign.
Correct.
Okay. Any questions of the board?
No.
I've got one question. I'm looking at your signs, and I still don't know what you do. So,
Most people don't. So we're a niche market, so we're a crane dealer, sales, aftermarket parts and repairs. So intermodal yards, rail yards, we provide cranes to them. We're American-made. We still make our cranes in Hazel Crest, Illinois. We have 20 mechanics based from, in my region, which is this territory, would be Maine to South Carolina, out to Ohio. We send our guys out to do repairs on the equipment at the rail yards and at the industrial precast yards. We have a thing called the travel lift and translift. Those are our 2 major items. If you've ever been near a yacht club, you've probably seen the big blue marine travel lifts. Ours are similar
I've
to
worked
that.
on 'em. so I know
Correct.
what you mean.
Right, so we work on those as well for the concrete and the industrial side and the intermodal side.
Well, driving by, if I was interested in, let's say, getting that kind of a crane, I would never know this was the place to stop.
Right, most people don't know,
Why do you want to keep it a secret?
we don't. If you'd
What?
like to buy a crane, I'd be more than willing to talk.
Yeah, travel lifts are very important in boat yards.
Yeah,
It'd be nice, do whatever you want, but for your own good, it'd be nice to say travel lifts and railroad cranes.
we initially were discussing doing that on the street
Right.
sign. Then we realized that the majority of our customers are not around here, and nobody knows what a travel lift or translift is for the majority of people. So we just left it to sales, service,
Okay.
parts.
Thank you.
Thank
For
you.
the
Thank you.
explanation.
Any other questions from the board?
No.
Professionals? Seeing none? Can I have a motion to open to public? Or are you completed?
Yes,
at
we
this
yes,
time?
we are, Chairman.
I figured you were.
Thank you.
Have a motion to open to public.
Had your planner kick me.
So moved.
Motion by Mr.
Seconded.
San Clemente, seconded by Mr. Amata. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Seeing none? Anyone in the public wish to come forward, make a comment, or ask questions of the applicant? Please feel free to come forward. Seeing none? Can I have a motion to close?
I'll make a motion to close.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Amata, seconded by Mr. O'Donnell. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Want a summary or closing?
I think it's fairly straightforward. In terms of the proofs, it's a C2 variance, only because of we have two different types of signs. We're well under the area. I think it's an easy one for the board tonight. I won't belabor the record.
Okay. What's the pleasure of the board?
Well, members of the board, it looks like that this is a pretty straightforward, as the previously said, 5 signs well within the limits of the ordinance for the signs. I'm going to make a motion to approve this application with the variance for the freestanding sign and the waiver for the sidewalks.
I'll second it, and I won't give away what you do.
Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Amata?
Yes.
Mr. Mertens? Yes. Mr. O'Donnell?
Yes.
Mr. Posh?
Yes.
Mr. San Clemente?
Yes.
Mr. Orozco?
Yes.
And Chairman Nansen?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Good luck.
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you very much.
And welcome to Howell, by the way.
Thank you. Well, I live in Freehold, so not too far.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you very
you.
much, guys.
Good night.
Here,
Take
Joe,
care.
can I have-
Bye, guys. Sorry.
Oh, really?
I helped design the
Eileen?
thing.
Sure.
We could haul out to
I'll just-
300 tons
I'll just leave them here.
and about
Thank you, I'll
100
get them,
feet.
because I'm coming up anyway.
You didn't sign that one.
I got some pages for Mr.
Scary.
That one took so long. Do we need to take a break?
When my friend put first
That was a
put it in,
brutal case.
you have, the rails have to sit on a beam. That beam has to sit over pilings. When they put the pilings in, 2 of them moved to the side. And when the boat came up,
I'm gonna, these are
the
the
rails
sign.
wouldn't hold it. And it started to roll. You get a 200-ton boat. Starting to roll like that. It's an issue. Thank you. Thank you. All we had to do is get those windows, holding the boat,
Thank you.
and finally letting it go back into the water slowly. Once it gets off the water, it starts to float. It cost about $20,000 to fix it. And he just had it put in.
Okay, next case on the agenda, case number BA09-11A, Dominic
Ran and died.
Marino. Use variance description, application Dominic Marino as applicant, and Dominic and Patricia Marino as owners seeking a use variance for multiple residents on one lot on premises known as Block 40, Lot 25, 144 Vienna Road. Expiration date, May 29, 2018.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hiya.
You Mr. Marino?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
We'll have to swear both.
I need to swear, is your wife going to testify too?
If you want me
Why don't you both stand
Yeah,
up, please?
well, it's
Just in
totally up
case.
to y'all. I need y'all to be sworn in, though.
Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you'll give this evening to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay, may we have your full name, please?
Dominic Amarino,
Right.
144 Vienna Road,
Thank
Howell,
you.
New Jersey.
Ma'am?
Patricia Amarino?
Very good.
Okay, what brings you here tonight, Mr. Marino?
Well, I think it was 2006, I was granted to do 50% of a building that's on one lot. I have two houses on one lot.
Okay.
And I came for a pole barn, and they granted me to do 50% of the house. Now, I'm looking at the house after Sandy, the roof's leaking, the windows are leaking, the foundation got cracks in it, so I want to take the complete house down
Okay,
and put a new basement. Half of the building's a basement, the other half's crawl space. I
Okay.
want to eliminate the crawl space and do a whole one basement.
okay. Now, is this a house that y'all live in?
My daughter was living in it. My daughter goes to college, she was living in it when she came home.
Okay, so who's going to be living in this house? Is
My
it?
my
gonna-
daughter and a friend from college.
Okay, they are going to be staying, it's going to be your family that's living in it?
Right, yes,
Okay,
sir.
it's not a rental?
No,
No.
no.
Who lives in the other dwelling?
We
I
do.
live in- I live in the other one.
You live in one, and the second one is for your daughter.
She's been living outside for 5 years and moved home 4 years ago. So now we have like 5 adults and a 16-year-old sharing one bathroom, so
But you live in the one house on the.
Right,
yes.
right.
Okay. Now, how much of the crawl space or foundation are you leaving in place?
That's it. I would like to eliminate the old foundation. It was made out of, not cement block, cinder block, which is very porous and cracks very easy. And there is cracks in it.
Okay,
And I'm afraid to put the second story on the back part, the loft, that, it ain't gonna be able to handle the load.
okay,
So I would like to take the whole house down, take the partial foundation out, and put a full foundation. And eliminate the crawl space.
okay. I'm going to turn over to Mr. Mallon.
Well, first, let me just give you a little background for the board members. Mr. Marino came in originally, he wanted to do a pole barn.
I know, I was
And
on the
it
board.
But some of the members don't know. And he had two homes on one lot. That's why he was here. At that time, he got permission to do a pole barn, and he got permission to repair, as you're looking at the property, the house on the right side. The house on the left side was to be left alone. Whatever improvements, he stated that he would comply with the heights. He had a series of car tents and sheds on the property. And the condition of the original approval was to have the car tents and sheds removed. Mr. Amarino, after looking at the resolution, came back in and said, wait, I misunderstood. I think he had an operation or something which affected what his comprehension was.
Right.
He came in and asked us to amend it, that he would like to leave the sheds. The condition that we had was that the sheds could stay, but they had to be compliant with setbacks, and if they needed permits, he would have to apply for the permits. No knowledge whether that's been done or not. He's now into, as he stated, work on the second house, which as you look at it, the house to the left. It was not real clear when you read the architect plans on what he's going to do. The impression that we got, though, was that he was going to keep the same footprint.
Yes,
However, in the front, the second floor would extend out, a porch in the front.
What's
And
the
in the
back?
back, he would have an extension out, which would go over the, I guess you're going to take out the access into the crawl space, correct?
Yes,
That's what do you call it? Those doors we open up.
Oh,
Bilco doors.
yes, I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
eliminate that,
So-
the concrete slab in the back.
Right.
That's there now.
So, but you'll keep the side setback the same,
Right,
so there you'll comply with the height,
right.
so that would be it. The only other thing is, I don't know whether you ever took care of the sheds.
I
We
did
did.
take care of the shed.
Okay, whether that we're compliant, I do not know that. And it appears now that did you ever get a permit for the pool?
No, I did not. Somebody had gave me the pool. I had it up like a half a summer, and the filter went, and then the ladder broke, and I just said, you know what? The hell with this. This is too much of a bother, but I will take the pool down as soon as the weather.
Well, to do that, you have to apply for the permit.
No, I don't want the pool.
So you're gonna eliminate the pool?
Yes.
As part of this application?
Okay.
Yes,
All right, and then you do realize that you're going to have to comply with the Monmouth County and the Howell Township Board of Health on your distances between anything.
Right.
And then I know for the pole barn, you were to do some underground recharge. With this home, since it's coming down, I'd like to see some recharge off the roof runoff from the home.
well, what I would like to do is put in water containers and catch the water again, like I did on my pole barn. I put on each corner of the building, I put
We put like a cistern?
550-gallon water tanks to catch the rainwater.
Okay, you want to do the same thing?
I
Well,
want to do the
basically,
same
that.
thing, just to water the trees, you know, they fill up, I empty them out next to the trees. And
Okay, well,
the
that
trees
would
when
control it.
dry,
If you're
know.
going to do that, so then you
Yeah,
would have
okay.
collection off the roof runoff.
Yes,
Okay, I just want to bring the board up to date on where we are, what happened, and how that goes.
Right.
Because those go back to basically 2010
yes,
is when that was. So you're going to maintain the side setback?
yes.
You will fully reconstruct the second house. The architect's plan should really clarify removal of the existing. It doesn't tell you that.
I didn't know I was going to do that when they drew up the prints,
Okay.
until I dug a little further and I seen the foundation was
Well-
cracked.
So would
And-
you be willing to submit revised plans? to
Yes,
show
I would.
exactly what you're
Definitely,
willing to
definitely.
do? Because it was very difficult to
I even
ascertain
wanted,
what you were
I was
do.
going to try what they call is underpinning,
Yeah, that,
and I said, why should I underpin? You know, this is like putting a Band-Aid on an operation, you know? So I said, why should I, I'll just put a full basement, eliminate the crawl space, and they got a little more room down there to put a study, you know?
And you are proposing a porch on the front and the back?
There's no porch on the back.
no.
So-
Just the front.
just an overhang.
The second floor is going to be the bedroom. It's going to cantilever
Cantilever
out.
over, so it would just be like an overhang?
Right,
on
there'll
top.
be 3 columns supporting the
Okay.
beam holding that up.
And just let Mr. Santoro update the plans. The other
Jack.
thing is, you plan on taking any trees out?
There's 2 little red cedar trees. They're small. They're directly in front of the house, and I would like to take those out.
Okay, and then you'll be kind enough to either on your survey plan, either on the survey plan or on the architect's plan, put a zoning table? So you show what you comply with, what
Yes.
the requirements are?
Yes.
That would be it. I have no further questions.
Well, Jack, my question is, by them cantilevering over, they're going to have actual footings out there to support.
Oh, yeah.
So they're actually going outside of the footprint.
That is correct. That is
So
correct.
they will need a variance for the,
Well, they don't need a variance as long as they comply, it's a side setback I was concerned with.
well,
To the front, they comply with the front setback, they comply with the rear setback. You know, if
And
he
they're
goes,
here for the- they're
no,
here
but
for
I know, but I
second-
just want to make sure that they're not required to have a variance because they're going outside the footprint.
But
No, they're here anyway because of the second
I
floor.
say something? I was going to put, concrete piers in the ground.
Yes.
To support to hold the columns up.
No, I understand, but see,
Okay.
by doing that, you're outside the existing
Oh,
footprint.
I didn't know that.
So but
Okay.
he's here to get a variance because he's demolishing that structure and
Correct.
reconstructing a new structure.
Correct.
He doesn't need any additional variances for the cantilever, he just
Right.
really needs it for the second.
for the use.
Okay, that's,
Second principal structure, correct?
that's all
Yes.
I'm
And
just
to Jack-
questioning.
To Jack's point, point, it's not extending any closer to the neighbor.
Right.
Right.
It's just a little farther back, that's all.
Right.
Okay.
And the side setback required is 30.
Right.
Based upon the survey, he's 30.35.
Correct.
He maintains that, he's fine. I think
in the
foot
front yard,
setback is
he
50,
also-
he's 72.
Yeah, he's fine.
So as far as the setbacks, he's fine as long as he doesn't expand in the width,
Width, okay.
okay?
My other question is I was reading through your letter about, I think the advertisement said 1.5 bath. Jack? The advertisement, and then also in your letter, it said 1.5 baths.
Right, yeah, well. Okay, you could clarify that.
Yes,
The architect plan said one thing and the letter said another.
correct.
Downstairs, on the first floor, off to the side of the kitchen is gonna be a bathroom, bathtub,
Yeah.
sink, and toilet.
Right.
Upstairs on the second floor in the bedroom, there's just gonna be a toilet and a sink.
Okay, so
1.5 back.
Right.
Okay, because that's not what the architect plan
the
shows.
architect plan shows the second floor having a shower.
I mean,
No, that ain't.
Okay,
it
so,
doesn't make any difference in.
no, I
the
know,
arch-
but we,
He just needs to be a little bit more.
it needs to be clarified
Okay,
at this
no,
point.
I have
That's
the
all.
prints here, from the house.
But it's, you're saying on the record that it's just going to be a half bath upstairs?
Right,
A
yes,
toilet and a
correct,
sink?
Yes,
The main shower, bathtub
It'll be on the
is
first floor.
on the first floor?
yes.
Okay. Now, you said in the basement that there possibly would be a study down there? There won't be any bedrooms in the basement?
No, it's only for one person. There's gonna be one bedroom, one living room, one kitchen, a
Okay.
bath and a half. I would like to make like a study down there,
Okay.
so she has a little bit of room, because the house is so small,
Right,
to have a little space, and
Okay.
a little storage space. The crawl space, it's not, it's doing nothing.
okay.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if we want to restrict Ms. Amorino to a bath and a half.
No, the advertisement was for a bath and a half.
Right.
And I just want it clarified. If he wants to put a bath up there,
no.
we need to
Okay,
clarify
I
that.
just didn't want it to go into the resolution that he's only allowed a bath and a half.
Well,
When he doesn't comply, there's no zoning
no, I
requirements.
understand, but it might come to the Board of Health depending on the size
Well, it'll
of the
affect the
septic.
it'll affect his
Correct.
septic.
Well, the septic was put in just recently, and it could handle, 2 bedrooms.
Well,
Bathrooms.
Two
Okay.
bathrooms.
that's out of our jurisdiction.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
As long as,
exactly.
as long as you come, I just don't want it to be to restrict him to 1.5 baths.
Okay.
That's the only thing I
I just
bring up.
wanted a clarification,
Right.
that's all, Mr. Mallon.
I put these.
So it could be two baths. You
I'm
could
not
have
gonna
two
do-
full
I'm
baths.
just gonna put
but-
bath and a half. Even if I was allowed, I don't wanna do that.
Okay.
It's just more money, and I just don't want it.
Okay,
It's only gonna be for one person, Just say, get up in the middle of the night, instead of running downstairs, and go right in your room there, do what you have to do.
that's fine. Any questions of the board?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, are we looking at this proposed shed here?
No, that proposed, that's existing.
Oh, it is, it's existing,
Just the
okay.
second dwelling, that's
Okay,
This is the second dwelling. If you look at the site plan,
Yeah, it's very small.
it's the house on the left, right here.
yeah,
This is the house you're talking about. Mr. Amarino and his wife live in this other house.
yes,
So we're just talking this structure right here.
okay, I just saw it.
This was what they were here in 2000.
Okay, got you. Okay, that takes care of that.
Okay. Any other questions of the board? Jen, do you want to go through any planning on this real quick? Ask questions?
Sure, let me ask you a couple questions. So, do you feel that what you're proposing creates a detrimental impact to your surrounding neighbors?
No,
Do you feel that it creates a negative impact to the zone plan and zoning ordinance?
no.
I have no further questions.
Okay. Mr. Mallon, any further?
No, I have no further, he answered all of my questions.
Board members, any further?
No.
Okay, let's open to the public. Can I have a motion to open to public?
Motion to open to the public.
Second.
Motion by Mr. O'Donnell, seconded by Mr. Amata. I'm about to cross both of them, I'm sorry. Is there anyone in the audience that wish to ask questions or make a comment in this application? Seeing none, can I have a motion to close?
Motion to close.
Motion by Mr. Merton.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Armada. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Professionals, any further? No, sir. Mr. Marino, you want to make a closing statement or just, summary?
Thank you.
Very good. What's the pleasure of the board?
Thank you.
I'd like to make a motion to approve this application. It's fairly simple. Just, you have to comply with everything that we agreed upon and you were
Yes, I
told to
would.
do.
Yes, I would.
So my motion is to approve.
Okay. Motion by Mr.
I'll second
O'Donnell,
it.
seconded by Mr. Armada.
Sounds like a good family plan.
Okay. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Armada,
Yes.
Mr. Mertens,
Yes.
Mr. O'Donnell.
Yes.
Mr. Posh. Mr. St. Clemente.
Yes.
Mr. Orozco.
Yes.
And Chairman Nancy.
Yes, based on testimony provided on the record, also compliance with my Department of Monmouth County Health Department. My vote's yes. Good luck.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night, everybody.
Two.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the board, is there any further business of the board? Seeing none, can I have a motion to adjourn? Professionals, any further business? No, sir. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Amata. Second. Seconded by Mr. O'Donnell. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Zoning Board adjustment adjourn at 8:15. That's a record.
That is a record.